going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 21 Ultimate Team video. Today we're going to be going over the best cards that you can use for your 85 to 86 overall power-up pass. I got a nice list here for you. Going to give you a couple different options, reasons why I think each of them are a good option, and then I'll let you guys make the decision for yourself. Now, if you're here and you're unsure on how to even use a power-up pass or what a power-up pass is, in the upper right part of your screen, there's going to be a circle with the letter I. Go ahead and click that, guys. That's going to link you to my tutorial on how to use a power-up pass. Number 2, we already put out a video on the best cards for the 82 to 84 overall power-up pass. So if you want to check that one out, that video will be linked to this one as well. And best believe we'll be dropping a video very soon on the 87 to 88 power-up pass, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so I talked about this in the last power-up video. We'll do it again here. The first thing that I always do when I'm trying to make a decision on what power-up pass or what card I want to use a power-up pass on is I check pricing, because normally pricing is going to tell you there's a reason why these cards are so expensive, right? They're good. They're cards that a lot of people want. So we go on to MUT.com. We're going to sort by Core Elite, 85 to 86 overall, and then sort it by price. And this is going to give us all the 85s and 86s in the game, at least Core Elite ones. If we take off our Core Elite filter, it's going to look like this. So this is a couple other names. There are a few diamonds out there that are 86 overall. But I think for the most part, we're going to focus on Core Elite cards here for this video. Also, remember to write down where you use these power-up passes, because unfortunately, there's no type of tool in the game that lets us know where these power-up passes are being placed. So it's very important you write it on a piece of paper. Just don't lose that piece of paper. Put it on a file on your computer. Put it in the notes on your phone. Somewhere save it, so when later on comes around and you might want to use that power-up pass towards another card, you know where to go and find it, and you're not going to waste a ton of training having a scavenger hunt looking for it. So here are like the top 10 most expensive 85 to 86s, but I'm going to go through my list. You guys let me know what you're thinking about what I say. Let's start out with number 1. So first up is Harrison Smith. What I try to do, and I did in the first video, and I'll do in this one and the next one, even though there's more limited options with the 87-88, is I want to try to cover almost every position, because everybody might be looking for a different type of upgrade, and I want to give you guys the best options here. So we're going to look at secondary, linebackers, you know, up front, and then offense, most positions as well. So Harrison Smith is one. Another thing to keep in mind with these power-ups, right, is that these power-up passes is you need the base power-up. So with Harrison Smith, 5K is not very expensive. That's a very low-level buy there for you. So you got less coins to spend, right? We'll talk about Julio Jones later. His power-up's really expensive. But here is Harrison Smith, about 56K or so. Pretty solid, strong safety. Once again, somebody chooses to buy a card while I'm trying to record a video. I mean, how inconsiderate is that? So let's try another one here. We got Harrison Smith, 81 speed, 85 acceleration, 87 zone. Now, man coverage is the meta. If a lot of you are running that man coverage meta, you need a couple purple zones out there. An 87 zone is pretty good for a strong safety, but take a look at the hit power. That man-to-man meta, this guy's going to be playing pretty solid zone, and if something does get by him or something comes over the middle, 85 hit power, he's going to jar that ball loose. So I think this card is really good. I probably personally am not going to use my power-up pass on it, but if you're looking for a strong safety, I think this is a really good option. There are not a ton of cover linebackers in the game, but I wanted to mention at least one here, and that's Levante David. Another very low-level power-up. When I say that, I mean that it's extremely cheap. I mean, look at it. Under 2K to get his base power up. And let's go ahead and take a look at his Core Elite, which is way further down here, a little bit more expensive than Harrison Smith. I have this card on my Xbox squad. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick him up on this account. The PS4 account is what we're on today. But he's a good coverage linebacker. He's a middle linebacker. I know he's been right outside linebacker in past MUT years. I want to say he was left outside as well. He's been every position ever. The only problem with the speed is, or the only problem with this card is he kind of lacks speed. So 79 speed kind of hurts, but everything else is really good. 82 acceleration, 85 tackle, 86 play rec, 82 block shed, 81 hit power, and even 80 zone. Very well balanced card. He's going to stop the run. He's going to play coverage pretty well. It just, the speed hurts a little bit. I think with, you know, chems and stuff, you'll probably at least be able to get him to an 80. We'll be going over types of chems and stuff to boost your players eventually. But just, you know, a solid cover linebacker. There's not a lot of really good ones out there. That's why a lot of people take your safeties like Harrison Smith, put them in at sub linebacker, and then use them that way, or have them kind of working as a linebacker. And that's also, going back to Harrison Smith, you know, a great way to utilize his skills. So the next one up, I'm absolutely telling you, do not use your power-up pass on this card. But Pop, why you have him in this video? I'll tell you why. Stefon Diggs is a pretty good card right now to pick up because he has the ability to get route technician. And if you're struggling against that man coverage meta that's out there right now, route technician is a good way to get separation from those CPU defenders that are in, you know, that man-to-man coverage. So that's why I want to point him out. His power-up is really, really cheap, you know, right around 3 to 4K. This card is even cheaper. Again, I don't recommend extremely, don't use your power-up pass on him, but if you're having trouble with man coverage, this is a really good card to take a look at. That's the biggest reason why I wanted to bring him up in this video. If you want to use your power-up pass, maybe you're a Vikings fan, maybe you're a Bills fan, and you want to, go for it. But I wanted to make sure you guys were aware about the ability that he can get, and that is route technician for Stefon Diggs. Cover athlete, MVP Lamar Jackson is next on our list. This one, I had to include it, right? Because he's Lamar Jackson. He's a really good card. I'm absolutely surprised at how well of a passer this card has been. Up until last night, he has missed almost no throws. I had like one really bad throw on the run. Last night, he missed two kind of give-me's on slant routes, and I was very upset. But still, a very, very, very good card. Lamar Jackson, his base power-up is really cheap. I thought it would be more. Now, a lot of reasons why you would probably not want to pick this card. Number one is he's the pre-order bonus. So for those of you that pre-ordered, you got the power up for free. You got this 86 overall for free. You're already using this card more than likely. I'm sure a lot of you keep facing this guy in head-to-head if you've been playing. But still a good option. Everybody needs a quarterback, right? I mean, you need somebody to run your offense. If you did not pre-order, I think this is a really good option for you to use that power-up pass on once you earn it. So take a look at Lamar Jackson. If you're not really good with mobile quarterbacks, I understand why you might want to shy away from this one, but he's been making a lot of throws that I was absolutely shocked and did not think he would make for me picking up this card this early in the game with those stats. Let's go ahead and take a look at his... Oh my God, somebody did it again. No respect for my artistical process here as I try to make a video. All right, 88 speed, 85 throw power, short throws 84, mid 76, deep 78, throw under pressure 84, throw on the run 86, play action 80. I kind of disagree with the throw on the run at 86. That's where he's missed some throws for me. Plant your feet when you're throwing the ball if you're using this card. But I mean, the speed, he's going to get you out of tough situations. Good thing about this year is there's not much pass rush unless you're playing against two really good edge threat defenders like Doomerville and Adelius Thomas and Justin Smith. But, you know, he's a mobile quarterback that's making throws. Go pick him up if you need a QB. So now it's time for the portion of the video where we give you the very unsexy picks, but very necessary picks. So the first one is 86 overall, right guard Brandon Brooks. Two reasons why you want to pick this one up. Number one, I say this all the time, you don't want to spend your coins on these types of cards, right? You want to spend your coins on the halfbacks, the wide receivers, the running backs, the cornerbacks, the skill positions. These guys are necessary on your team. You need these trenches guys. Brandon Brooks, one of the best right guards in the game. His power-up's really cheap right now. I'm kind of surprised. I pulled one of these just the other night, and I'm pretty sure I sold it for like 23, 24K. So the Brandon Brooks power-up is starting to come down in price, which is really good for you guys. But look how expensive his core elite card is. This is why you want to use your power-up pass on him. This card's really expensive because he's in the Eagles themed diamond set, which gives you Troy Vincent, and that's why it's going to be a pricey card. I don't really see this card coming down because that's what's holding the value of Troy Vincent's set right now. So this is one that I'm personally going to be using one of my power-up passes on. You do get two of these, by the way, so 85 to 86 power-up passes. You get two of them well leveling up to level 50, so you can really pick two out of the number of choices that we're going to give you. Brandon Brooks is one of them. Let's go ahead and take a look at his stats here, his attributes. 87 strength, his pass block is 85, run block 84, awareness 86. Extremely balanced. Good at run block, good at pass block, 87 strength's really good. The one thing that I will kind of worry you or say here is to keep in mind is he's out for the season. He had an injury off season. He's probably not going to get many upgrades, so if it's a long-term, guy that you want on your team, this might not be the option for you. Could he get like a flashback card? More than likely, that's what they'll have to do, but, he's probably not going to get many cards this year because of that injury, unfortunately. So we're going to flip, stay on the offensive line, but flip over to the left side of it, and we have left guard Quinton Nelson, another 86 overall. This card's pretty good. Now, you look at his power-up price, his starting price, it's $25K. So I don't want to call it expensive, but it's, you know, more than what we've been looking at, and that's what you're going to find as we get to these more popular cards. His left guard card, his core elite is $73K, so you're getting really, really good value if you go ahead and use your pass on this one. It's another guy in the trenches. I don't have to give you that whole spiel again. Really good card. He's not hurt from what I know. He's probably going to play this season, if there is a season. And if he does play, he's really good. I expect him to get a couple upgrades throughout the year. So this could be a very good long-term investment at your left guard position. He's got 88 strength, 87 awareness. His pass block's 82, his run block's 85. Another very well-balanced card. If we compare him to Brandon Brooks, they're two different positions, but same idea. Better strength, better awareness. I think his run block's better, but his pass block's a little bit less. But if I had to take one or the other, I'm going to go Quinton Nelson because his stats are better, and he's more likely to get upgrades throughout the year. Up next, we got Mr. Von Miller, who is an 86 overall, and this one's going to be pricey if you got to go out and buy that power-up. So his power-up is about $60K. His core elite is about $65K, so he's actually cheaper than the last two cards that we looked at core elite wise, but you're going to have to spend it for the power up. And that lets me know that a lot of people are using their power up pass. I'm going to say it again. We'll see this with Julio Jones. You can tell that people are using their power up pass on probably Von and Julio. That's why this one's so expensive, because they're not really out here having to spend the coin for the core elite. So with Von Miller, I mean, you're going to get a really good pass rusher. He cannot get edge threat. You know, the best pass rushers right now in the game, I mentioned him earlier, Judson Smith, Adalius Thomas, Elmas Dumerville. Von's like one tier under that. He can't get edge threat, but still a really good card. You put him at left outside linebacker on your specialist screen, make him your rush left end. 80 speed, 81 acceleration, 84 tackle, 88 play rec, block sheds 84, power move 85, finesse move 82. Really good card last year. You might remember he started the year with that competitive master card. Very well balanced. I love to see 84, 85, 82 for block shed, power, and finesse moves. I like this card a lot. Last option on defense for this video, Jalen Ramsey. I have this card on my Xbox squad. He's made a lot of plays for me. I've moved him around. He's been my outside defender. He's been inside slot corner. He makes plays regardless. Pretty affordable power up here at 36K. We take a look at his core elite here. It's almost 90K. So this is probably one of the top 4 options, I would say, for Jalen Ramsey to use that power-up pass on. 84 speed, 86 excel, 82 agility, 85 jumping, 82 play rec, man 83, zone 83, press 84, 6'1". He's just very well balanced. Pretty solid speed. I mean, he could be faster. He's not going to be able to run with Tyreek, but, you know, really well balanced, good press, just a physical defender. And like I said, I don't know, maybe it's just my scheme, the way I play, but he's got numerous interceptions for me. Probably more interceptions than I have Stephon Gilmore, I have Troy Vincent on the team. Probably more interceptions than both of them combined. So he's just a playmaker for me. Hopefully you guys would have the same luck, but I do recommend this card a lot. It's really good. And our last card on the list, I guess it's probably no surprise by now, it's Mr. Julio Jones. Many reasons why you want to use your power-up pass on this card. So his power-up is very expensive. I actually just got one this morning for $65K, so I feel a little lucky. I paid $110K for him on Xbox, but I did use my power-up pass on Xbox for him. I'm going to use it on PlayStation again, and here's why. I mean, obviously, he's a really fast, really talented receiver, but remember when we talked about Stefon Diggs? He also gets route technician as that second ability, and right now, with the speed that he has, and having route technician, ability to separate from those man coverage corners, because everybody's playing man defense and it's the meta right now, he's just a necessity, and that's why I would go with him. A lot of people believe that he is going to be one of the cards in the first big promo of the year, which I'm expecting to come out tomorrow, so Friday, worldwide release. I know that there was some type of leak. If you go to some of these cards power-ups, it says check back later or something like that. I know Zeke was one of the cards. I think Minkah Fitzpatrick was another. I think Julio was also one of them. I could be totally wrong here, but if he gets an upgrade, say like a 90 or 91 overall this early on, he's absolutely going to be the best wide receiver in the game. and that power-up could go up really, really fast if that were to happen, because a lot of people are going to be using their power-up pass on this card. So if you're going to make a decision today, I would definitely go with this card. Look at this, man. 85 speed, 84 catch in traffic, spec catch 86, short route running 85, medium or mid route running 83. His deep route running is actually kind of bad. I didn't realize it was that bad. But this is still, this is a good card, man. Those mid posts, he can also get outside apprentice if you don't want to go with route technician. I highly recommend route technician, but if you don't want to, you got that option as well. And that's the last one there. So those are all the ones. I think I'm personally going to use one on Julio because I just bought his power up, and probably the other on Brandon Brooks just because I'm an Eagles fan, but I would still take Nelson over Brooks if you're going that way. Any questions down below, leave it in the comments section. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.